Catch you live, covering all things professional wrestling. A show by members of the Busted Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
Hey, yo, Nation's Corner fam. Welcome to Nation's Corner. I'm your host, Tony Justice. And with me are my tag team partners for the evening. First of all, hailing from Long Island, New York, we have Mongrovian Mike. How's it going, brother?
Going great, bro.
Good deal,
Cheers.
man. Cheers. Cheers.
Drinking out of my Cade Lothbrock Spot Monkey Hunting Club cup.
Nice. And hailing from South Jersey, the one, the only, John in South Jersey. How's it going, brother?
What's up, fellas?
Nada. We're going to talk a little AEW All Out.
A little RASSLN. That's wrestling.
That's wrestling. Hell yeah. Yeah, of course, AEW All Out's coming on at the top of the next hour at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. So, yeah, y'all check it out on pay-per-view. We're gonna get into the card a little bit later. Yeah, that card right there.
That's a tease.
That's a tease. That's all you get to see.
That's right.
You tease.
We're gonna get into the card a little bit later. We're not gonna go a full hour because we want to give time for people to get settled in and get their snacks ready and all that. So we'll be floating through pretty quick. But I did want to hit on something before we start talking about All Out. Did y'all happen to see AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday?
Oh,
and see
this?
Yes, that.
Oh yeah.
That iconic.
If we had real production, we would have Talking Heads burning down the house playing right now. But
yeah,
we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
You think TK paid the royalties to have that soul play tonight?
You never know. No one
never know.
You never know.
He spent money on worse things.
True.
Never spent it on Thunderstruck.
thing.
But that picture, I mean, that's an iconic picture right there. Just take away the fact that it's a felony. Set that to the side. Thank you, RJ. What's up, RJ? Condolences to you, my brother, for the loss of your dad. Condolences, man. Yeah, we're all here for you, brother. But yeah, that set aside the fact that it's a felony. But John, we were talking about something in the pre-show, in the green room, talking about you and Mike were talking about it.
Oh,
you were talking about well, I think I was here. Anyway, you were talking about there had to be some comeuppance. I want you to talk about that a little bit.
I mean, the fact that you have All Out and All In 2 weeks apart, there wasn't really any time to build any kind of a story. And yes, don't forget, this all predicated on Swerve breaking into Hangman's house, talking to his then infant, I believe, son, and insinuating the fact that he was broke into his house. That's what set off Adam Page on this path of rage, leading up to. And I mean, and I don't want to be angry typing guy, but AEW doesn't tell stories. Go fuck yourself. Yes, they do. Now they do.
I just have to interrupt for 1 second because I just saw the Eminem is watching the Acclaimed that backstage on the monitors, and Mace is holding Mansoor like this, cradled in his arms. They're watching it. So I just had to pop with that. That was funny as shit.
But anyway,
sorry.
Real quick on my point.
Digress.
I always thought that there was going to be a further comeuppance other than the match that Swerve and Hangman had after the house break-in.
Yeah.
And and kudos to AEW on a very short turnaround where two guys had nothing to do with each other for All Out or All In. Now they do.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're seeing that story come back around with the Page basically committing felonies on multiple counts and burning down Swerve's quote-unquote childhood home. Yes, I know IWC, it's not the real house. It's not. Oh, yeah. If I see one more social media post about, it was a fake house, and
John,
people
can I just interrupt for 1 second? If somebody, in the world of wrestling, and there was no law, there was no me going to jail, and if somebody was creeping, following my pregnant wife, was already in my house, creeping over my other baby's crib, that house would have burned down with him strapped down into a chair inside of it, doused in gasoline. So, I mean, am I nuts? I mean, it's hard to pick. I'm telling you, it's like Drew CM Punk. You can't pick who is the face and who is the heel, because they're both bad men. They're all assholes.
Yeah, they're both seemingly at their core. While both think they are right, they're both not nice guys.
Right.
Both basically evil men. And and does this match tonight absolutely deserve a cage and be non-sanctioned and all that? Absolutely.
There's no other way. There's no other fitting way to end a blood feud, because they've already went from drinking each other's blood to all of this stuff, burning out the houses and all of that. This is it. Inside a cage, nobody else.
Right.
It comes to an end.
Exactly. And we'll see where it leads to from there. I think Swerve is not done with the world title picture.
No.
Which is seemingly very cloudy right now, with Danielson at the top. But you have MJF making noise about that. You have Swerve still making noise about that.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple other people that could seemingly wind up. What are they gonna do with Will Ospreay? Now he's the international champion, but and especially if MJF does get the world title back at some point, they're gonna have a rematch with Ospreay and MJF again. This time for the AEW world title. So
yeah,
it's very interesting. And and to sum it up, yes, people, AEW does tell stories. They have been. They looks like they are continuing to be, and they are making the product even better than what it already was.
Well, like I pointed out, when Mariah May was being interviewed on Busted Open, she said that TK, before she was even hired, TK had that whole storyline arch for her. He told her from the beginning, before she even signed, that was her story. And so, when we bust his chops about other stuff, he does have a story or two in him to tell. So,
right,
it's not all clusterfucks all the time, man.
Right, it's proving that the product is evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, everything has to evolve, right? You don't just start a company from scratch and then expect it to be great right out of the gate. You have to have ebbs and flows. You have to find your niche, like we were talking about earlier, John. You have to find your groove.
Yeah,
and I think AEW, yes, they've had some stuff go on that hasn't been good, but I think they're rising above all that stuff, and they're putting out a good product now, and people are just there's always going to be someone standing by wanting to watch the world burn, and that's all they want.
Sure,
that's all they want.
Especially Hangman Adam Page.
to sum up what we're talking about, yeah.
All he needs is a selfie stick and a can of gasoline.
Right. There's always going to be somebody. There's always going to be detractors, man. You can't do anything about that. You just have to rise above and go on with what you're going to go on with.
And to those people, I just say two things to you. You're wrong. And my favorite letters, and John Bay will pop it yet again for this GFY.
On a side note, I'd just like to say that if you want, there are still stuff that drives us crazy, like the reffing, some of the reffing that goes on in the wrestling industry.
And ain't perfect.
And in AEW, sometimes a little more. You could always go to our good friend RJ's show that he does with Baby Hebner and
Front Row Doppelganger.
Jimmy Corderas.
Front Row Front Row 2.0. Great show, reffing it up. Go there on YouTube, find them, friend their page, and RJ.
They do first-rate interviews over there, and absolutely hearing perspective on things from both Brian Hebner and Jimmy Corderas. There it is. Shameless plug.
And
good job.
This Wednesday, the Busted Open's very own Mark Henry will be on.
So
listen up, people. Listen, we're not about just our show. We're about everyone that loves wrestling and keeps it positive and wants this product to go on like it always has been. Since the beginning of TV, it's been on TV. And we wanted to stay there all the time. We love it.
Oh, Mike was watching it when it was shade drawings.
So. They were doing hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics graphics.
All right.
So to sum up what we started the show with, talking about Swerve and Hangman, that is one match that I'm looking forward to tonight on All Out. I cannot wait.
Now we do it.
Yes.
There it is, folks. And we'll leave this up for a few minutes while we talk so everybody can look at and familiarize with the card. Relatively, now they have a lot on the pre-show. I believe they have 3 matches on the pre-show. But as AEW pay-per-views go, this is kind of light.
Yeah.
It's only 8 matches, which you're like, well, it's 8 matches. It's going to go till midnight. But, we're used to seeing AEW cards with 10, 11 matches. That
I'm gonna go out on a limb and predict that Danielson Perry is gonna be a marathon.
Well, all right.
I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be a 1 hour Broadway. I don't know, but it's gonna be.
Well, all right.
I think that's something that because those 2 guys can go. So.
Okay.
We know that.
I look at this card and I see 3 potential main events. So I'm going to put the question to you guys and everybody in the chat. What is your main event tonight?
I'm going to say it's going to be Swerve and Hangman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? A week before he burned that house down, I would say that wasn't my first pick to see.
Right.
As the main event, I would have picked Danielson Perry, or Pac Ospreay. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, working this beef out.
Yeah, I'm gonna buck the trend, and I'm a traditionalist. The main event is Danielson Perry because it's for the main title.
It is in the middle of the graphic here. I'll tell you that.
No,
you got a different graphic. The graphic I got up there, right in the middle. Pretty big up there. But they're emphasizing Page and Strickland way more. That this is a blow. This is something special to just get it over with.
All right. Well, chime in.
I hear you.
Chime in on the chat. Other than the fact that we know Debhausen is not here. She is at the beach this week.
Yes.
Oh.
Hashtag OCMD.
Yes.
She's having a great time with her boyfriend and her family.
Yep.
Today's her birthday. So everybody wish Deb
Jeff.
happy freaking birthday from all of us here at
I hope you're
Corner.
stinking drunk by now. If you're not, work on it.
Hey, if you're in the water there, watch out for the riptide, Seth. Hang on to the floaties.
But Deb even got it. for those of us, this is real inside baseball, but Deb shared photos with us that there was a wedding taking place on the beach outside of where she's standing. So I'd say go crash the wedding, Deb. But
I say that guy, that the groom should turn around and run into the ocean and keep swimming like.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
hang a sheet over the
like Burt Reynolds in the end. Keep swimming out. Go.
Hang a sheet over your balcony edge saying, "Don't do it." But anyway.
Hashtag don't do it.
All right. Tony, where you want to start with this?
Let's start from the bottom up. Let's start out with all the other matches that are probably going to start tonight. First, let's start out with let's see. The Okada, Briscoe, Orange Cassidy,
go, chicken.
Takeshita. Yes.
He ain't
that's
gonna
gonna
win,
be that's gonna be a great match too.
Yeah, it's good. It's a clusterfuck match, as Elder likes to call them.
Yeah, but it's going to be a good one. I mean, Takeshita, Cassidy, I'd be Briscoe. Come on.
Yeah,
and Okada.
It's going to be these aren't for nobodies. These are guys that have proven that they can go. I don't necessarily see Okada losing, but it's going to be if they open up the card with it, the pay-per-view with it, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
It's a good hot start, and it's going to be a very entertaining match.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think they'll start the night off with it because it is one of those matches that will get everybody's adrenaline going.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have plenty of spots. It's gonna be a great match.
I'm looking forward to the spot where Okada has everyone outside the ring, and he's gonna make like he's gonna do some crazy move over the top, flying over the top rope, and he just stops and gives the audience the finger. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm liking Okada, bitches.
So let's talk about this Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander match. It's a Chicago street fight match. Chris Statlander is playing a great heel right now. She gave her reasons for why she turned on Willow. I think it was last night on Collision or Rampage. I can't remember which one, but they had a sit down. And basically she's mad at Willow because Willow didn't give her a shot at the TBS championship when she won it. And it's just typical, used to be best friends. They come from the same, over there, Creative Pro Wrestling. So they've been together for a while. Elder, since they're in your neck of the woods, what do you think about this?
I'm just gonna see two Long Island chicks beat the crap out of each other. That's gonna be fun. And somewhere along the line, Stokely's gonna get.
Oh yeah, he's got to.
We can only hope.
Right.
I can't reiterate enough. Go to the Creative Pro YouTube page and just check out some of the back videos of Chris Statlander practice, working out with Stokely in the ring, getting him ready for his match from All In. It's still funny, man. It's some good shit,
I'm going to go ahead and call it. This is the women's match of the night. Because I love the story that Willow and Chris are telling in and out of the ring. They are both more than capable in and out of the ring. Stokely is the perfect comedic foil for the both of them. And dude, this is, neither one of them go lightly. So
no, these are two strong, really strong women.
And not afraid to beat the living shit out of each other to get a match over. I expect both of them to be bloody by the time this match is over, regardless of the outcome. They are going to use all the gimmicks. They are going to do all the big spots and everything. And like I said, this is my women's match of the night. Period.
Yeah. All right. I like that. I like that prediction. So yeah,
I'm laughing again now in the background of behind Renee, and then we saw Mark Sterling being helped out with his crew. There, he must have got the shit beat out of him, which is always another fun thing.
Another fun thing.
Like every show, you want that to happen.
All right. Where to next, Tom?
We're being instructed to take the graphic down because they want to see us. So we got to take this graphic down.
Boo.
Yeah. Nah, some people out there like to watch, look.
Yeah, why? But yeah, you're right, Elder. That's fuck them. That's why.
Bitches.
Fuck them. That's why.
So anyway, let's go to the next match. It'll be I had
the
it
tag
up
match.
here.
Yes. The tag title match. The EVPs, the Young Bucks, Nicholas and Matthew, versus a combination of the Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh yeah.
Bucks are retaining.
I don't as much as I would like to see Claudio and Wheeler with gold again. I don't know. See, the whole problem is this. The Bucks don't necessarily need a title to keep the whole EVP gimmick going. Right. And honestly, now with Danielson as overall champion, and Moxley, which we won't have time to go into on the show tonight, unfortunately, but we will at some point. Moxley seemingly doing his own thing. What is the Blackpool Combat Club? So,
right.
While again, highly entertaining match, it's going to be, it's going to have all your Young Buck spots, multiple super kicks and multiple EVP triggers and Meltzer drivers and everything else. And one of them is going to go swinging, courtesy of Claudio and all that. I mean, great match, but I'm not real excited about this. I was more excited for acclaimed FTR Young Bucks than I am about Young Bucks versus Blackpool Combat Club.
Right. I predict this is the match that there's going to be all the run-ins and.
But even that, who's going to run in for the BBC or the Blackpool Combat Club?
The
BCC.
The BBC. Cheerio.
Who's going to run in for them? Like I said, there's nothing here, but whatever.
Yeah, I just don't think
nothing built up with that. That's what. It's just another match right now, but maybe it's something that's gonna bounce off into something going forward.
Maybe
because we're still trying to figure out what Moxley and
I like that. I like that idea because
what Moxley's doing.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay.
Yeah, because they were just talking about on Busted Open the other day about how they haven't said anything about Moxley not being with the BCC anymore, and all of a sudden he's starting a new faction. Like, they didn't explain that. Of course, they could put an exclamation point on that tonight if they wanted to by doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's because we don't know what's going to be going on going forward from this. So this may be the kickoff for some new stories tonight as well. So I like I said, but I'm not real excited for it. Like I said, I was more excited for acclaimed Bucks FTR than Bucks Blackpool.
Right. One thing I want to point out that not listed on the card, Mariah May is having her world title celebration tonight on All Out. She put out a thing on, it was a backstage or whatever. I think it was on Collision last night, where she said that she was going to have her celebration on All Out, and you never know.
Okay.
She made, I can't remember what she said exactly, but typical Mariah May. I think we're going to see something tonight. Just saying. So Neil, Make sure that you're fully
Stand by,
hydrated.
Neil. Hydrate, rest up.
Yes. Yes. So
put on a clean shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about MJF and Daniel Garcia. That has got some steam going into tonight because of what MJF did to Daniel Garcia on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
That John, go ahead. That was great.
Well, ultimately, and you're right. This was a kind of a throwaway to me up until Wednesday night, and watching Daniel Garcia get knocked the fuck out with a champagne bottle, and we all know MJF is absolute gold on the mic.
Yeah,
he could cut a promo on a broomstick and get it over, and may be excited because Daniel Garcia is one of those guys I feel that is on the cusp. He could be great. He can be a main eventer. He just needs that one little thing to push him up over the edge, over the top on that. And I think this view MJF is going to do that. And again, this is going to be a fantastic match. And again, I don't think MJF gets enough credit for his in-ring ability. Beyond the hype and beyond the promo work and everything else, MJF can go and can wrestle. The steal of the Meltzer term, wrestle a 5-star match, and I think Garcia is up to the challenge, and I think it's going to go. And do I see him winning? No, but I think this is going to go a long way in putting Danny Garcia into the more of the main event picture going forward after this match.
Right. Mike, what do you think, brother?
Yeah, it's a callback. I mean, that Daniel Garcia fight happened a while back, and now it came back. So at least they're finishing what was happening there. And I just know that he beat the shit out of Daniel Garcia, and I think there's going to be worse coming tonight. I don't know, but
I hope he beat the dancing gimmick out of him.
Yeah, there's no dancing, man. There's going to be no dancing tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to see that going forward. I don't want to see that going forward, in my opinion. I don't want to see Daniel Garcia do the dancing. Yeah, that was good when he first started out on his own. That was good. It was a good thing, especially for Thunder Rosa to look forward to. Shout out to Thunder. But yeah, going forward, I want to see a more serious side. We are seeing a serious side to Daniel Garcia, and I hope that the dancing gimmick is in the rearview mirror, in my opinion. So
listen, he's got a great real life story that he was in that car accident.
Yes.
Right.
That, he never even knew he didn't even know if he was going to live, and he didn't let alone know if he would be able to wrestle again.
Yeah.
Right. Now he's at a high, he's wrestling at a high level. He's wrestling arguably the top guy in the company right now.
Sure.
And he's on, he's in a main story on a pay-per-view tonight. So
yeah,
good for him.
Yeah. All right. So
people that talk shit about Chris Jericho helped him.
Yeah. As Chris Jericho has done for pretty much anybody. Sammy Guevara too. I mean, look at Sammy Guevara when they had the Inner Circle. I mean, Chris Jericho has done a lot for talent in AEW, and he still does backstage. We're not back there, so we don't know exactly, but we know that his touch is on a lot of people. And AEW should be very lucky to have someone like Chris Jericho on their roster, because Chris Jericho is the man. So anyway,
hi guys.
Let's go to Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida. Holy Shida. What do y'all think about that match?
I'm down. John. I'm down every time seeing Shida wrestle. That's for sure. What the story's going?
Be positive. Be positive. Be positive.
It's going to be a good one.
No, it's not. It's avoiding what I really want to say about this match.
No, John.
However,
say it with your chest, brother.
However, again, I don't see Mercedes losing.
I don't either.
Without no Camille, Camille banned from ringside doesn't matter.
Boo.
To me, that's my favorite part of a Mercedes Moné segment is seeing Camille because she's a friend of ours and a friend of the show. But however, I am more intrigued by this match because Mercedes won't have to wrestle down to Shida for the first time probably since her AEW start. Mercedes Moné is in the ring with someone that can match her move for move, tempo for tempo, style for style.
At her level, yes. I think that's what I think, John. That's what we were talking. Sorry. We were talking before the show about it.
Too late, I did it already.
This might just be, even though we can't make sense. Oh, yeah, laugh at me choking to death, you son of a bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
Dude, you're fixing all the stuff we used to make fun of.
Over Clem, that's what's happened.
No, you didn't hear what I said. I said too late, I did it already.
Too late, I did it already.
Oh
no, that's
inside.
That's for the 1,000. That's for the 1,000 subscribers. Then I do a bong rip on the air.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I'm in New York. It's legal.
It is
it's just this might be the match that lights a fire under the fans for Mercedes. Maybe she might start. You know what I mean? That's what I think we've been missing because. Please don't put the mic in her hand. Just get her in the ring with someone like Shida and Thunder, and you got so many in there. Yeah, don't get us started on Thunder and Jamie Hayter too. Two women that got injured had to give up their belts, and then they don't even get a whiff of the fucking belt when they come back.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's another story.
Well,
yeah.
I think. See, there's two things right now, and it was proven at All Out or All In, and now All Out. Collision wrestlers kind of get the shaft. Where was Deonna Purrazzo? Where was Thunder Rosa on either one of these cards? Just because they quote unquote wrestle on Collision, they had an excellent story up to and including that bull rope match. And even potential for this feud to go on, and
over.
So, but again, you're looking for credible people, quote unquote, to fight Mercedes Moné or even Mariah May for that matter. There's two right there that seemingly are left out in the cold, and in now returning Jamie Hayter. There's three. So don't tell me that they don't have anybody that can fight either one of them, because they do. What are you waiting for?
Right.
What are you waiting for? And even if you go the cheap way out, who is waiting for the return match of Britt and Thunder? Can we get that story going at some point before we're all too old to enjoy it, including the two wrestlers involved?
Yeah,
please.
Can we finally finish and see when Britt was building that mountain of chairs, what she was actually going to do with it?
Yeah.
You're right, John. I mean, since Thunder and Britt, that is the match that everybody has compared to. That every other woman in AEW has tried to emulate.
Listen, and I get it. Brett is in the position she is in at AEW. Mercedes is in the position she is in at AEW. But that's not the only two women in your division. And if you're counting on those two, you just saw how bad those two can be at All In. Those two are not carrying the division on their backs. They're not. They're just not able to for many reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start utilizing the other female wrestlers and the other female talent.
Yep.
We need more stories other than Toni Storm, and even and to a lesser extent Mariah May. We need
more stories. That it doesn't have to be about a title, but sooner or later you want Thunder and Jamie Hayter to at least get some kind of shot later on, because they both got screwed.
Yes.
Yeah. Mariah May is beating the crap out of Sky Blue right now on my screen. Sorry, I'm a little distracted from Mariah May on my TV.
Okay. I've been distracted by Sky Blue, so
yeah, Mariah May is like fixing to whack. Oh, Queen Amidala coming in for the save. Or Aminata, however you say.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're off track. We're off track.
We're off track. Get back on track.
Hey, no, last time I saw Sky Blue, she was a heel. But I digress.
Yes.
I digress.
There you go. All right, let's talk about Will Ospreay and Pac. For the
Britt on Britt crime.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
For the international championship.
My pick for match of the night.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Both of them are incredible in ring. I don't think Pac is winning.
No.
But it's going to be an incredible match to watch.
Yes.
And enjoy. There is no hotter person in AEW and arguably in wrestling right now than Will Ospreay.
Right. I agree with that.
He can do no wrong. And I hope that they keep them on this run that he's on and has been on for as long as they possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
This is your guy. They said about Roman Reigns, this is the guy that puts food on our table for the next 10 years when they were trying to get Roman over.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay is the guy in AEW that puts food on the table for the next 10 years.
I like that, John. I like that.
Yep.
Because, and as the American audience has come to fully understand, and those of us have known him about him before he came to America, Will Ospreay, bell to bell, is one of the very best in the world to do it right now. And has been. And now that he is truly becoming comfortable and fleshing out himself as a character and how he wants to portray himself and who he wants to be, it's absolutely a pleasure to watch no matter what, whether he's on the mic, whether he's in the ring. And with Pac, everybody tends to forget that this is a guy that has been down the road. He was Neville in WWE and put on fantastic matches and has always had that combination of British strong style, Japanese, and even some lucha stuff in him. But bell to bell, and he's solid. And this is going to be, like I said, a fun, entertaining match to watch.
Right. I agree. Mike, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, what the hell is going on with Top Flight? Sorry. Oh God. Which is the match we were just talking about? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Pac and Ospreay.
Yeah, Ospreay, you're right, is just like you said, food on the table for the next 10 years, just like Roman. The guy is unbelievable. I mean, I was just thinking, can you imagine if the way the forbidden door between NXT and TNA is? Can you imagine if AEW, WWE, who would you want to see Ospreay go against in WWE right now? Like, step up. I mean, I give him a lot of help, but I would love to see a match between him and Seth. Except for the idiot singing Seth's song. That's,
Well, you'd have to fast forward to that part, Elder.
Yeah.
Just get to the match.
Of course I would root for Will Ospreay to freaking Tiger Driver 91, that stupid, whatever stupid outfit Seth's wearing off, but
right.
Yeah.
But Ospreay is just unbelievable. Pac is, since day one, have you ever seen Pac even mess up. I
Well,
don't
like,
know. I mean, those
if
two
he
guys are
has,
gonna
you
be
would never know it.
They're gonna be flying all over the freaking place, and we're gonna be holding our breath about 50 times during that match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I pick Ospreay retaining, but it will be a hell of a match. It will be probably in contention for the match of the night, for me too. So, but I can't get past Swerve and Hangman. That's going to be a bloodbath in a steel cage. So, but yeah, before we talk about that, we've already talked about it some, but let's talk about the next match. Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry. I'm glad that Jack Perry is getting this stage, getting a title shot. Jack Perry has come into his own in this character of his, the scapegoat. John, what are your thoughts on this match, brother?
I agree with you. Jack Perry has come a long way from Jungle Boy and all that, and has grown again, much like a Darby Allin, has grown leaps and bounds, especially in promo work and everything else. And out of ring stuff, he has absolutely come to his own. Here's the thing, though, and I know we're all about suspending disbelief. He's in there with, again, arguably one of the best in the world right now. Can Jack Perry, on his own, out wrestle Bryan Danielson? That's the only detraction I have out of this match. What can Jack Perry do that's going to make me suspend disbelief and make me think that he can win clean?
You know what? I could bring back when Christian and Jack Perry had the matches with each other. Those were good. But can Jack, you're right, but can Jack Perry go 40, 45 minutes? And obviously Christian isn't the same conditioning as Bryan Danielson, but it's still, you're in the ring for an amount of time. And I think the wrestling wise, it was just the character wise. I really was never into that Jungle Boy crap, really. It wasn't that, wasn't that
the thing is, and again, same with Darby. We are watching these young men become men before our very eyes.
Yes.
So yes. So the especially with Jack Perry, the Jungle Boy had a very limited shelf life. He wasn't going to be 10 years in the business, 10 years in AEW, being Jungle Boy at 30-something years old. That'd be like silly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see the evolution of it, but we don't have a large sample size of Jack Perry in ring, especially as a single.
Yeah.
He was always with Luchasaurus and granted,
this is John. We were talking about Mercedes Moné having to wrestle down. Now we're talking about Jack Perry's going to have to wrestle up because Bryan Danielson is not going to wrestle down. Bryan Danielson's he's going to drag his ass into the deep fucking water.
Yes,
and he's going to be doing that fucking alligator death roll with him down to the bottom of the floor.
Right, and saying, "Swim, young man. I hope you swim or hold your breath."
Yeah,
that's right.
I do not. Yeah, I do not see it, and I'm interested in the match. Not so much that I think Danielson's going to lose or anything like that, but I'm very curious to see how Jack Perry wrestles this match.
That's it. We want to see what he's got. We like the character, the scapegoat. There's a whole backstory to it, and it's a lot of reality mixed in with the storyline. And what you got to do is now get to the other part. Can he do it in the ring at a higher level than he has already? He's wrestled all the bigger guys. Now he's the champ. Danielson is. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Yeah, that's it. You're having a main event match with the the best wrestler in the world. One of the best.
Right. I'm predicting, that we're going to see Jack Perry have to wrestle up. Yes, I agree with both your points. But I'm going to predict something for this match. I predict we're going to get an interference from Mr. John Moxley. Because he made a comment to Jack Perry on Dynamite, I think it was, where they were backstage and he stopped because Jack Perry was talking to the Bucks and he stopped and said, "Good kid."
Yeah.
And he's been calling out Darby Allin, so we may figure out what that entails tonight. But also you have Bryan Danielson on the other side, his former BCC member. So Mox could interfere with his new faction tonight. We could get a new telling of the story tonight with that faction and see what's going to happen there. But it'll be a good match. I don't see Jack Perry winning. I see Bryan Danielson retaining. I see Bryan Danielson retaining until he retires. This is how I look at that. But
and I already told you in the pre-show.
Yes, you did.
How that worked. And
Yes.
I'm gonna credit Neil, my boy, Too Sweet Neil, when he and I booked this whole thing. That we're just waiting for the check from AEW because it's money that much.
Yeah.
And Neil knows what I'm talking about. So
yeah,
I won't go into it now. But mark my words, I'm gonna say it. And when I do reveal it, I'm gonna tell you then, as I am now. I told you so. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Yeah. So first off subject. What if you're not doing the show tonight, lady? Why are you trolling my ass on our chat? Huh?
Well, fuck the Mets. Who cares about the Mets? They care to the Phillies. They're not catching my Phillies.
Fuck Atlanta and fuck the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Well, good. You know what? Here, I'll just say this. Enjoy sitting watching the playoffs in the World Series at home, like your team.
Hey, listen, I'm not.
While my team is
I'm not
playing.
one of these pie in the sky people. I'm happy my team is playing meaningful baseball in September. That's what everyone should be happy about. We'll talk shit once we get to the playoffs.
Okay, Tommy Jimmy. Besides, it's football season. If you haven't noticed, it's
fucking my
football
God,
season.
Football! Yay!
Hey, Lyle Jones made a good point. Do we see Shane tonight?
I'm ready. I'm ready to do
this. Tonight would be a good night to see Shane. We shall see.
Holla, holla.
We're running pretty long. We got 10 minutes left. I want to get into this last match. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland in a steel cage. I don't know. Swerve's got to come out on top on this one. What do y'all think? Mike, what do you think, brother?
I don't know who's coming. I can't even call who's coming out on top on this one because it's not even for a title. So it's not like, you know what I mean? This is just going to be. I'm just watching this for the violence sake. I can't even root for anyone because they've both done such horrible shit to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to find any humanity in it because, if I'm going to go on a personal level, it's Swerve is the one that fucked more with the kids' children. But then Adam Page just took it to a whole other level and totally burned down his childhood dream, so his childhood home, all your memories, whether they were good or bad, gone. So that's a little weird. So,
go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh,
go God. Cowboys is right. Go Cowboys.
How dare you sully my chat with that dribble?
Oh, God.
John, what are your thoughts on the match, brother?
Again, there is no redeeming value to this other than it's going to be a bloody, just all-out ass-whooping thing. And here's my, pardon my pun, swerve to it. It doesn't end here.
No.
It ends in a no contest. Both guys just beat the hell out of each other and make themselves so bloody and so beat up that it's a double count out or whatever, to the point neither guy can continue.
They beat
run
the crap out of each other so much, John, and then they just keep, tying each other with all of this beatdowns, and then they make a tag team and call themselves the Bar.
Right. Okay. Why not? But yeah, I don't think it ends here tonight, especially after coming off Wednesday.
Does it end finally in like a mutual respect? Like we just fucking kill each other.
No, I think this is the classic Bugs Bunny Donald Duck. Well, if I swallow this firecracker and bottle of dynamite, one of them is going to wind up blowing themselves up. This reminds me of the old Spy versus Spy cartoon. Well, all they did was find new and creative ways to take each other out, and that's exactly what this is going to go into. And it's going to be more violent and bloody and everything else until the point where it just absolutely blows up.
The only thing better is they should have Shivani say that says, in order for this match to happen unsanctioned, Swerve waived all his rights to prosecute Adam Hangman Page,
right?
For this
and vice
match.
versa. Yes,
what? Like I said, you know what? We rag on TK or whatever, but they put that out in the mainstream media, picked that up. That Swerve bought his childhood home that his mother lived in, and just all for the fact to swerve us all a couple of days later. No pun as usual.
Right. And I'm just going to do this real quick. John Bay, go fuck yourself. Who cares? Who cares who's here? These two guys are going to make bloody messes out of themselves.
They just hate each other.
Cares?
There's just people that hate each other. I can't even. It's hard, in the beginning, you can say, hey, who's the heel,
The only thing I can give a slight edge to this in this match is Swerve. Because Swerve has ultra violent and deathmatch experience. He's done them in CZW. He's done them in PWG.
He's probably still picking out shards of glass.
I'm sure. But I don't know if Hangman's... This isn't quite in Hangman's wheelhouse. I guess strap in and hold on, because you're going to find out. But I mean, it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, Deb's got a good point. I think the beauty of it is that the face or heel in the situation is different depending on your perspective.
Well, you all know I always choose violence, and I've been called out on that because
you usually do, though. Usually do.
Well, yeah, but I've been told and accused of being a violent person. So
yeah,
I'm just enjoying it for the sake of violence tonight.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hope if they're going to continue it, it's kind of hard because after this point, what's next? Do we bring back the exploding barbed wire match? That's exploding.
No.
Do we see the first? No, but see, now I mean, as long as there's a boom, a real boom this time. But
shout out to Ed.
Are we going towards and this is not out of the realm of possibility? Do we see a first televised or pay-per-view death match in a major organization? With and yes, we see him on GCW at times, and they had the Nick Gage tournament death and all that. But this is a quote unquote global major worldwide wrestling company actually putting a death match on television, pay-per-view. Now, is that the final point? Do we see Hangman and Swerve just bashing each other with 1,000 light tubes?
Right. Who knows?
Where's it end? And that's the reason why I'm watching. Like I said, just for the sake of the violence.
Yeah.
Side.
Who's
just
to say?
See what they go? Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. Renee Paquette looks amazing, by the way, tonight on this pre-show. We're gonna cut it out there. Give y'all time to get nestled in y'all's recliners and couches and have y'all's snacks ready. So, Mike, where can people find you on the socials, my man?
You can find me at Mongrovian Mike on all the platforms, and well, not all the platforms, but the most.
Yeah, good thing not all the platforms.
X.
I ain't paying for it. I don't care what you tell me, old man. No paywalls.
I just want to say for 1 second. A few days ago, I lost a good friend that I used to work with at Quest Diagnostics. I just want to say my good friend Kathleen Claudio passed away. She was such a great person, and I don't want to bring everything down and just I'd get upset, but somewhere up in heaven, she's got a little bowl of candy for everybody up there. She's with her kids now. Her 2 kids passed away tragically a couple of months apart from each other a few years back. And the world is a less brighter place without you, Kathleen Claudio.
Condolences, brother. Death sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But we're with you, man.
Yes.
And rest in peace.
She's a great lady.
Rest in peace.
Yes. Drink a vodka and Diet Pepsi in her honor.
Make sure it's vodka.
Yeah.
Make sure it's vodka.
And make sure you use Diet Pepsi, because she always said Coke was too white.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace. John, how can people find you on the socials, bro?
Well, it says it right there.
Well,
down
there. for the benefit, like, okay, there's certain people in our crew who can't even see that. So,
why you gotta bring Steven to this? Why?
I didn't say anything.
Why?
Poor Steven getting strapped on it, not from me.
Yeah. Where you go? I hope you feel better about yourself now. I hope
you're the one. You're the one that said the name. I was leaving names out of it.
Usually John.
So who's the heel?
Who's the heel? Is John Bay, and that's it.
Yeah,
John
that's what I do.
Letting the GFYs fly to everybody tonight.
Yes, that's what I do. GFY.
He's on a tear.
GFYs and crab cakes. Anyway, as it says down there, at Twisted Metal Fab on the Twitter and Instagram, and of course follow the exploits of the most dangerous weapon in professional wrestling. Of course, I'm referring to the Ass Kicker 9000. You can follow his exploits on Instagram at AssKicker9K. Tomorrow, thanks, Deb. Nation's Corner on Location is back out locally here in Gloucester City for Fight Pros Enter the Fight, their season finale. Going to be seeing a lot of good local wrestling and a lot of people that are friends of the Nation's Corner and previous guests of Nation's Corner on Location. So it's going to be good to go out on a Sunday and see some live local wrestling. And of course, stay tuned and follow that hashtag Nation's Corner on Location. We have a lot of good interviews coming up and in the works, and hopefully they will be dropping and debuting soon.
Good deal. Yeah, you're hard at work, man. You're always
Brian.
Always hard at work, bro. I appreciate you. All right.
All in for All Out, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tony Justice AJFA. And if you're a Metallica fan, like I know all 3 of us are, you know what that means. Ooh. And once again, happy birthday, Deb. Have fun where you're at.
Get drunk.
And we will catch you all on the flip. Outro.
Yeah. How old it? There it is.